are we going to save those PEWs? He was just thinking it while he had his hand behind his back, while Charles Napier looked him dead in his eyes and lied to him.
Well, remember, he said that he believed that the camp was empty.
Fuck out of here. History has shown that there were POWs kicking around them camps for a while.
No, there wasn't.
Oh, they were?
No, there wasn't.
Oh.
That's actually one of the big myths about this big piece of propaganda that we are.
Cold War propaganda.
This is
This
good old.
mid-80s.
This is good old Ronald Reagan said that Sylvester Stallone is the embodiment of the American soldier.
Before Trump came into the fold and said, "Look over there, distraction from Epstein list," there was Reagan distracting us from the crack era with Rambo propaganda.
Well, speaking of distractions, hello everyone. Welcome back to 3BG. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below, and yeah, drop us some coinage on the PayPal or wherever you choose to throw coins.
Actually, and we appreciate you guys listening to us because it has benefited for us. If you've been listening to our show on the audio, you probably noticed there have been some ads in the show that actually has been helping us. Funny enough, we made some coins from that,
Yes.
and I was very happy about that. I was like, "Oh, okay, shit,
One of the
this is
things
great."
that I noticed, at
Yes,
least
trying to turn this to a real job, people.
What I noticed with a lot of y'all that listen to us, y'all listen to a lot of our episodes. Some of y'all listen to our episodes multiple times, which is the funny part about it, which is like, really? Is that damn good? Well, I appreciate it anyway. But yeah, it's really been, y'all really stretch your legs in the library that is on Leipzig, y'all. Just stretch your legs in there because y'all ain't do that movie. These niggas did that shit. So
sometimes we forget we did the movie, and it's like, oh shit, we did do that.
Do you know I got into a fight with Eris and my wife at the same time? I said we're going to do Rockadoodle this year, and these niggas go, "We already did that shit."
We did.
No, we fucking didn't.
See,
do we have to fight in front of everyone?
See, Chris. It's one thing if it was, if D was just arguing with me. When his own wife is backing me up and saying
because Angie, because Angie would hear you and I have a conversation and believe that we did a podcast on it. She said, didn't y'all do like 5 podcasts about porno already? No. Y'all did one.
No. Here's what happened. I want folks to understand this. During that era when Sue was in Japan and we were doing back-to-back episodes, I had to tell D this. I told D, I was like, D, I think we did Rockadoodle, and all 3 of us came to the conclusion that it was a shit episode and it never got released.
Thank you, Chris.
That's exactly what happened. And
but
it just
didn't I tell y'all that wouldn't be on me? Didn't I tell you that wasn't on me? That was on Chris?
Yeah, no. We knew what it was. It was just in the grand scheme of it all. At the end of the day, the totality of the quality of the episode in terms of us talking about it was terrible. So we said, nah, we're not releasing that shit.
No, I mean, in terms of quality, yes, it was god awful. I didn't want to see in the light of day, but my point is that we did do it.
But that was the era where we forget because we double dip so much doing back to back that it just blurs all together, and we're like,
here's a fun one.
And our boy Denzel was on it.
Yep.
Here's a fun one. I remember. We did the Nutty Professor and Mario Brothers. Fun ass episodes. What was it? None of it recorded or something? What was the fucking...
I forgot what. No, the audio dipped.
What was the horrible result?
The audio dipped so bad it couldn't get recovered. So it never started like that.
Y'all can just do Mario Brothers again. You do Mario Brothers.
We'll do the new one with Chris Pratt and Charlie Day. That was a good one. I do. I like it.
I do too. It was fun.
I guess.
But anyways,
I guess you guys want to.
Let's talk about Rambo and Cold War propaganda. Let me tell you something. Rambo, it's funny how you take the first movie, which is a very serious movie, dramatic, had action beats and everything about a guy coming from Vietnam in the country that didn't love him because of a misunderstanding. And they said, let's franchise this shit.
Well,
You know what it's
CJ, what it really is, the first one literally being the book.
Yeah, minus the
we're going
his
off
brains out at the end.
Well, yeah, minus the ending change. Other than that, you're talking about a story based itself off the book.
Yeah.
Everything else that came after that was Stallone going for a ride.
And that's Hollywood. It's Hollywood and Stallone. So yeah.
And here's the weird thing. And I understand Stallone, who wrote it, is going to put his little thing on it. Well, about different things, you know what I mean? And that's how we see Rambo as a complicated person that we really want to put out there, right? And do you know what everybody else? Oh, shit. That's what everybody else saw.
And kill he does
because you know what, as a kid, now if you was a kid in the 80s, you know we all thought of Rambo. That's how we all related to Rambo, killing something, being out in the middle.
Look.
Being out in the middle of the jungle with a freaking
compound bow at
compound
that.
Bow, sir.
Compound bow.
I like to say for the record, movies give off the vibe that shooting a bow and the arrow is easy. As someone that tried it, it's definitely tough.
As someone who actually took an archery class while I was in Japan, yeah, it ain't as ain't as cut and dry as this movie tried to make it.
That is exactly what happened.
The amount of concentration that it takes to actually line up the sights for just one arrow.
Don't
let Hawkeye and Avengers fool you. That shit.
Yeah,
don't. That's the thing to get me. Like there's
don't let Daryl fool you either.
Nigga. There's like he's cheating. He has a fucking crossbow.
Crossbows are different, but I don't know. But still, like there's a thing about dexterity, and then there's a thing about hand-eye coordination, all the rest of that. It's just to me, it's just a different discipline that I think a lot of people don't think is a hard discipline. There's a science to everything, man. There has to, and for Rambo, at least in my opinion, for Rambo to be that fucking precise, come on, man.
That's scary.
It's also very unbelievable, but it's also scary.
I mean, somebody that was trained by the military, it makes sense.
I mean, what part is more unbelievable, the fact that he can 360 no scope a compound bow, or the fact that he attaches explosive arrows to said compound bow?
I mean, look, this whole movie is a work of fiction, because apparently you can work at a penal colony and you're just like, no, I'm fine doing the rest of my 5 years at this penal fucking colony hitting rocks.
Which that reminds me, thank you for bringing that up, Chris. This is actually a good segue. See, this was something that bugged me a bit when I watched this movie, because the first one came out in 82 and the second one came out 3 years later. Now, when Richard Crenna, Colonel Troutman, visits Rambo and tells him, John, do you really want to be here for another 5 years? I said to myself, wait a minute, was that a goof? Has he really been there for 5 years? Or I could have sworn he was only there for 3.
Five Emmy movie universe years, I guess.
No,
that's what I'm saying.
No, because if that was the case, but no, see, here's where it messes up. Because when he goes to the POW camp and he finds that one prisoner, and the prisoner asks him, hey, what year is it? And he tells him it's 1985. So I'm like, it's only been 3 years.
Oh, it's a number, not summer.
I think that was a goof.
I want to say it was a goof. It had to be, because if that was the case, if that was really the case, then that would mean that this takes place in 87 instead of 85.
And even if it did take place in 85, you at least would put it out there that he got arrested in like 1979 or 1980 or something. You know what I mean? You would show something that has actually been 5 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just would have said that he got arrested like at a different time.
Like Reagan winning re-election or some shit just to really solidify.
Oh, okay. Here's where this is where it makes sense. The first one took place on December of 81.
Yeah, see, they would have to specify that. I think that was a goof. Because Because even though you know the movie, because you know the movie, Eris, and even you saw that, like, hey, wait a minute, whoa, you know what I mean?
It's just that part kind of escaped me for a second. I was like, wait a minute, I know First Blood came out in '82, but the story takes place in '81.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I mean, but the whole thing is basically Troutman tells him, hey, I can get you out of here. We need you to go on this mission to get pictures of POWs, basically.
Now, bear in mind when he tells him, do you really, when he asks him, do you really want to stay, in a penal camp for another 5 years? And he responds, at least I know where I stand. I'm like, are you serious?
I'm sorry.
There are at least three. I want to say 3 to 5. I want to say 3 to 5 instances. And Chris, D, you and I brought this up. This man needs a psychiatric evaluation before we put a gun in his hand.
5 years of hitting rocks, I would lose my fucking mind. Of course, I'll take my ass.
Here's the thing that got me, Eris. The line for me was, "Do we get to win this time?"
When he said, "Do we get to win this time?"
Okay.
Because you're asking him to go back to Vietnam,
John. Okay, John, I think you need to stay here.
Go ahead and hit some rocks.
Go back over there and get them stoves over there. I think you missed one.
He's asking. now think about this. You're being asked to go back to Vietnam just to get photos because, let's be real, after everything's pretty much been bombed and depleted and America took off and was like, yeah, we ain't going to talk about this. Like, we ain't going to talk about this ever again.
No, never mind. Go ahead.
You're asked to go back across enemy lines. Now, according to everybody talking in this movie, they believe, now the war's over, you should be able to just go in there and take some pictures and you should be good to go. They just want photographic proof that, that a POW camp is empty. And it's not just any POW camp. It's actually the one that Rambo was at.
The one where he had the shitty mustache.
I don't want to say that it was the same one.
I'm going to say it's the same one.
I don't want to
the
say
same
that.
Ones. All of them.
I don't want to say that.
Right next to hell.
I don't want to say that, but at the same time, it would not be wrong to think that.
It wouldn't be, but still, same. You taking somebody that has trauma, being a POW, being a prisoner of war, going back out to save, or at least to prove that they are other prisoners of war. My question is this: even if he was the only person that could do a little mission like this, why just only do? All of this shit just seem wrong. You know what I mean, man?
It may seem wrong to even think about this. This is straight out of a video game. See, you have to go in. You have to go in just to take photos and do not engage with enemy personnel or attempt a rescue.
I want to point out something here. Because you said video games. So, origins of one of my favorite games from SNK, Akari Warriors. Akari Warriors was originally supposed to be the tie-in game to this movie.
Which makes
no way.
Yes,
yeah, it was.
What happened was
supposed to actually be the tie-in.
Yes,
game.
It was. And what happened
what
happened was, per usual in situations like this, they weren't able to get the rights to the film to do the video game for it, so they had to title it Ikari because that was the title of the movie in Japan. It was called Rambo Akari no Dashutsu. Hence why it's called Akari Warriors. And then, later on, they tried to contact Sly and was like, hey, maybe with the movie out and you're doing the third one, we can try to, retitle Akari Warriors Rambo. But by that point, you already got people used to the name Akari Warriors, so they couldn't change the name back.
Here's the crazy part is that the characters for, and of course,
Dern is Troutman.
Dern's Troutman, but the main two characters are actually, they're Paul and Vince, but of course, the real names are Clark. Yeah, Clark and Ralph and Clark from King of Fighters.
Yeah, so it's funny because that was the running joke until you find out about that information.
In an even weirder bit, some people look at Akari Warriors and say, "Dude, this is like a dead ringer for Rambo and Commando."
It really is. But
because when you really look at it, it really it for real is Schwarzenegger and Stallone.
When you think about it, a lot of Yeah, Contra. Like
Yeah,
a lot
Contra.
of like when you think about video games and just the way people do character designs, like Schwarzenegger and Stallone were like the two ones that were copied so much in video games in some way, shape, or form.
They were big, and this is before people understood how big video games could be, or at least branding like that. Yeah, Stallone and Schwarzenegger were names. They weren't brands like The Rock at the time, so they really couldn't cash in on a lot of shit. Or at least there was no real, avenue of knowing what revenue you can get from that shit. So I say that because if the same world that existed then existed now, yeah, it'll be The Rock. It'll be video games and niggas looking like The Rock, looking like Vin Diesel. Fuck, we do that now. Fuck, we've been doing it all the time with Bruce Lee. You know what I mean? We have always done that shit.
Well, of course they're gonna do that with anybody that's of legendary status, especially after they've passed away.
I mean, but look at like this too. Think about it. Balrog and Street Fighter, not Bison, but the boxer. They kind of gave you that Mike Tyson look to him in Street Fighter 2 when you see him and shit, where it's like,
first of all, Capcom was paying homage to Bison. I mean, to Mike Tyson when they made that character, but because the name sounded too close to Mike Tyson,
Mike Bison,
yeah, because dude's name was Mike Bison, and they were like, that sounds way too close. We don't want to get sued, so they just literally hit the random button and get. And they gave
three character shuffle.
Yeah, they did the 3 character shuffle. They hit the 3 character shuffle, and it got so confusing that now, anytime anybody wants to bring up these characters' names, they just say Boxer, Claw, and Dictator.
When I think of Vega, I think of Vega, Claw, right? But like,
yeah, you think of Spanish Ninja
because Vega in Japan was basically Bison, essentially.
Yes, correct.
So it was just like, okay, cool. Like I get all that, but going back to Rambo, it is kind of funny. Like the video game tie-in at that time with Akari Warriors didn't happen, but then when you look at stuff like the Commodore 64 and the NES and this Master System, they did a Rambo 2 tie-in.
Yeah, there were actually Rambo video games that did exist. Like they were really crappy, but they did exist.
But
then again. Akari Warriors opened the door to what I like to call Vietnam games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They open that genre up. Them and Jackal.
One of the things I always love, and I'm probably going to bring it up the next time we ever do a movie from that franchise, is when a company actually does get the license. When they get the license and the rights to to a film, and they quickly put out a movie tie-in game that's actually good. The only thing that can happen that would really screw it up is that the movie decides, we're going to cancel it and just not even make it. And that was Alien versus Predator.
You remember that? I don't know if you guys remember it. You remember that shitty-ass Rambo game that came out in, I think it was 2014, 2015?
Oh, the rail shooter that came out. It came out like 2016, I think.
No, that was a piece of shit.
Really?
Yes.
It's one of the worst. Look, dog. It looks like it will be one of those games at a casino that you would play just to get like tokens.
No, it looked like a game.
It looked like a Dave and Buster. It looked like a shitty Dave and Buster game.
I'll admit this because I did play it. I actually played it and tried to get through it. The one thing I always hated about playing the Rambo arcade game was anytime they did the cutscene stuff where you actually had to shoot the characters, like from the movie. It was almost like doing it through a quick time event or something, because you could aim like dead center on an enemy and still won't hit them.
Now, here's the kicker. The one at Dave & Buster's is dope because it's literally just Rambo 2 and 3 that you're playing basically through.
Yeah.
It's actually fun. It's actually really fun.
Yeah, that's the one that I played.
Yeah, that one is fun. That one is great because it's just like they're like, yeah, we're not going to do first blood because why would we do a first person on first blood? Like, we're going to give you 2 and 3. You're going to get these Cold War propaganda, and you're going to love it. And
go get this Cold War, nigga.
Because look, the twist of this movie is that you find out when Rambo and I'm jumping ahead, but real quick though, like you find out the POW camp is under new management, which is the Soviets.
Like you said, under new management.
So, Chris. Let's get this out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
There were no POWs out at that time. Let me make it very clear. When it comes to the prisoners,
if I may interject. There were no prisoners at that POW camp originally. We checked. They were moved. We were told that the prisoners that were there had moved. Rambo was supposed to go there and was supposed to see an empty camp. We could have just said mission accomplished. There was nobody here, and we could move on. Yes, we acknowledge that the prisoners are there. Are we going to do anything about it? No.
Since the princess is in another castle, basically.
Oh yes, because that's exactly what Charles Napier's character. That's exactly what Murdoch was expecting.
So here's the thing.
He counted on that.
Here's the thing when it comes to all this. This is what makes this a propaganda movie.
Yep.
Outside of Rambo being Rambo, just what he could be, because Sylvester Stallone, big muscles, Ronald Reagan likes him. so he covers all the bases. What really makes this movie propaganda is the fact that the movie goes, number one, out of its way to tell you who the bad guys are, which are, boom, the Viet Cong. They're still out there Viet Conging. We got to get them. And wait a minute. Where are they getting help from? The Russians. We knew these fucking commies was out here. Look at them all out here, commoning it up. That's all. Comedy.
Why is it comedy and Viet Conging it up?
That is that's actually quite. God, this would have been a very interesting movie.
What?
James Cameron was actually hired to write the first draft of this movie. He wrote it in between this and he basically wrote the first draft of the screenplay in between writing Terminator and Aliens.
But anyway, this movie got the fucking nerve to do. Well, I got the fucking nerve. At this point in the real life, when it comes to POWs, everybody believed that there are still people over there in Vietnam. Yes, back in 1985, people still believe that there were still people stuck over there in Nam, and we gotta get them back. But the only reason why we don't get them back is because these fucking gutless Democrats won't let us go over there. No, I'm not kidding you when I say this word, gutless Democrats. These gutless Democratic politicians won't let us go over there.
Who by the way,
still over there, man.
Who, by the way, didn't have much in the way of power, so that was bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. You didn't want to let us get us. Now, do you want to know something very fun? This movie takes place in 1985. We got all of POWs up out of Vietnam by 1973. Fuck. I'll do you the favor. I'm pretty sure we didn't get them all out until 1975. Even if I gave you 2 years, by the time 1985 showed up, there was nothing over there but a Walmart that they just built. Come on, bro. That's how it was back then. You can easily say that shit. You can, because there was no internet there to debunk anything. This is why Frank Dukes got away with telling everybody there was a kumite in the middle of motherfucking China.
Whole ass movie.
You see what I'm saying? People, this was still during that time where people believed in the one-touch knockouts and shit like that. This was still during that weird time where people believed in bullshit.
This was the time when people believed in 25-mile-per-hour kicks.
All the stories that came out of fucking Black Belt magazine, all the stories that came out of Soldier of Fortune, all those bullshit uncle stories that came out in this thing, and people believe them. People actually believe them. And in the sense of this shit, because they believe all the shit right here, and you're rooting for Stallone the whole movie. He just got screwed by the U.S. government. Yeah, the government is always stopping us. You know who's anti-government? Ronald Reagan. Yeah. You know who else he is? He's also anti-commies. Yeah, fuck the commies. Yeah. At the end of this movie, you just notice it's full of propaganda. Yeah, and it's so funny. We asked ourselves when we did Top Gun, was Top Gun considered propaganda? Yeah, but nowhere close to the level of this. Because Top Gun just said, "Oh yeah, we're in the middle of a war with the Russians."
That's about
That's it. That's it. And they didn't say kill the Russians. The Russians are evil. In this one, they fucking do. They're not only torturing. They're not only are they torturing. Not only if they're torturing fucking Stallone, but they're also torturing the POWs out there. Hey, and you know what? While we out there with the commies, the Vietnamese is commies. Hey, look at Cho. She got shot in the back because her. She got shot out in the middle of nowhere, but one of those fucking commies, man. Fuck the Viet Cong. You pretty much got everybody in the United States saying F the world pretty much to everybody, huh? You successfully made propaganda. You have everybody hating the person that you want them to hate. And that's the 80s for you, nigga. That's the 80s for you. I would say it's less now. Now it's just not done this pretty. You know what I mean? Now it's just very obvious that if somebody's right or if somebody's left. You know what I mean?
But on top of that, when you talk about the Asian actors in this film, Julia Nixon, she was in Sidekicks. And
she had a I would say a good average career.
Steady career. Busy. It was steady.
Yeah, she stayed busy until about that end of the 2000s, huh?
But if you follow her on Facebook, she's still doing stuff.
Yeah, she's still
she stayed active.
But the one guy though, I have to shout out, Dana Lee. I love him because he plays the golf. He plays the head of the golf club in Curb Your Enthusiasm that always be beefing with Larry David. He's fucking hilarious. He has good comedic timing. He is hilarious. Him and the general was it I think was it George Young. Yeah, he's another one that has a very steady career. The only reason why I know about George Young because he voiced in a couple episodes of Jackie Chan Adventures, like one of Uncle's nemesis.
And he was in RoboCop 2, Under Siege, and Fist of the North Star.
Yes, he. Well, I mean, who wasn't in Fist of the North Star?
Just pointing out.
No.
Them niggas. Hold on, no, I'm sorry. All them niggas was dead.
Oh,
I'm just going to be real with you.
In the ground, dead.
They were dead. In the mist, in pits, pieces, in a jaguar's belly. What do you want me to tell you? They didn't make it home.
I like to point out that for all the talk, I think to Dee's point about POWs and military, I think the greatest lie ever that the Republican Party has ever done is convince folks that they give a shit about vets, and they really don't care about vets.
They don't. And they
it's sick
on Democrats so well.
Sick.
Because Democrats don't inhale all of the penis of veterans, they can take advantage of this shit.
Yeah, because it's like you forget, it's like Obama did kind of beef up that GI Bill, so like, you know, we're not going to give him credit for that.
I you know the one clip I love, white people who don't admit they want to think who don't want to admit they're a little bit racist, that they be sitting around. You know what? I didn't respect Obama until I saw him out there and he had a salute and he just stood there for almost a full hour watching all those dead soldiers. That's when he got my respect. You know, I don't respect his policies, but that I respect, man. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
See. But this is why I love Rambo. Rambo is just basically wholesale. I don't trust the government. Fuck you. And I respect it.
And I can respect that shit.
I respect it. He's 10 toes down all the way to the recent movie where he's like, yeah, I don't trust the government. Fuck you. Like, no. Hell no.
No, it's the reason why I stayed in freaking Burma.
Yeah, basically, like, I say to Burma, I don't fuck the United States. Kiss my ass. Didn't do anything for me.
That's the thing that get me. See, look. Also, I really truly think Stallone made it worse about the guy going over to Asia and getting the girl like, take me home with you.
It's like, all right, man. Sorry. All right, look, man.
Eris, that was propaganda. Now that was some propaganda.
Yeah.
Yes. Does it happen? Yeah. And they get the most me no English Girl that they can find.
It's so no. First of all, it was kind of dumb too because I looked at, I was like, Julian Nixon, she speaks perfect English.
Yeah, perfect English. Perfect.
It's like, which missionaries did you read?
All three of them do.
By?
Dana Lee, George Young, and Julian Nicholson speak perfect, clear, concise English. And it's like,
she is like, well, you know, Julian Nixon, to give her credit, she like lives all over the world. You know what I mean? But even with her character, when she showed up with those different color eyes in that good of English, I'm like, what white people were you raised around? Because you know,
San Francisco, possibly.
It's like, yo, man, did you live in London or some shit, nigga? Where did you live at?
First of all, you gotta have a measure of English when you're playing a Vietnamese intelligence agent.
True.
Nah. The line though is, you weren't expecting a woman. Shut the fuck up. I'm sorry.
No,
I hate that in every movie that does that.
No. See, you can hate that all you want. Chris actually said it best. He said, no, Chris, go ahead. Say what you said.
Go ahead. Say it.
It's Chris is what you said. Where you said, Chris said, yeah, I bet if all the chuds were watching this movie now, they would be like, why is a woman helping Rambo? And I said, Chris.
Oh, soon he's out.
Hold on.
Soon he left the rice field.
Wait. I said to Chris, I'm sorry. I said to Chris.
I'm listening, nigga, go.
No. I was saying to Chris that you got to understand something. You have to be fluent in chutneys, okay?
Chutneys.
And I would tell you that they would not say that. They would not say why is a woman helping Rambo. Number one, she fits the description of what they want her character to be. Because remember, this movie takes place in the time that they wish that we're living in, which is the mid-'80s.
I mean,
so she serves her purpose.
And I could go doing day, from bang ding. You don't say it's racist.
She serves her purpose being there as a support for Rambo. I mean, let's be real. This whole, like, I would say the first probably the first 45 to 50 minutes of this movie is pure inspiration for future Metal Gear games.
I mean,
it's literally the plot of Metal Gear 3.
All the way down to the botched fucking Halo drop.
Got a lot. Eric's got it. Let's just sprinkle a bit of kind of love bloom on the battlefield right around there.
No, it's not that one. Sprinkle a little bit of I've never been interested in other people's lives.
Also, I like to point out the 80s gave us dope bad guys because Steve Burkhoff, the villain from Beverly Hills Cop 1,
yes,
played a very perfect Soviet. He has the look of a Soviet.
He really does have the look of a Soviet.
Played a perfect Soviet.
Look at the hairline. Look at the grays.
Look at the eyes. Do you say vodka and I do not care?
Yeah,
because I don't.
I look at his character and I'm like, ooh, you just bleed USSR, don't you?
Like, look, people forget. Look, I talked about it when we did Die Hard 1. I love how our villains in the 80s, we get Rainbow Coalition and we get Cold War villains. Take your pick.
I'm always down for Cold War villains.
Hey, say what you will about Vince McMahon. At least he knew that we wanted our villains from different places of the world being super stereotypes. That's what we all crave.
I mean, what better way to play them, honestly?
What the fuck, Eric?
There you go.
Mr. Ubuntu, it's good that you came here. My country loves you. Like some shit like
look, we watched Congo. We saw fucking thespian actor, what's his face, playing.
That was breaking the mold. You had a black man who was actually from down there for the Congo, but I learned how to speak English, and I quite like your colonized language. It's actually. By the way, if a black man knows African and English is the easy one for him to learn. Okay, meaning that it's a ghetto ass language. English is a ghetto ass language. People just like it when we cuss.
I mean, that's very fair. You're right.
But dog, my thing
No.
is, it
No,
also for me, Eris, it really did, like, because we really did just highlighted that one thing that this movie gives me, where it is the longing in her eye when she looks at Rambo, like, you are so lonely.
We'll see.
I mean, he literally described a lonely life.
We'll see,
to
guys.
her.
You got to understand this Native American German man has a soul and is very just sensitive, you see. And that's what she saw in his eyes. Okay. First off, nothing about Stallone gives off he has any indigenous anything in him.
I'm sorry. That nose says we're
German.
That nose says we are conquering the other side of the Mediterranean. How do you get German out of that, nigga?
German and indigenous. That's his mix. When when Napier says that, when Murdoch says that shit, I paused and laughed like Native American. And
even
German.
He laughed. Even he
Native American.
No, hey, Chris. Even he laughed and said, "That's a hell of a mix there."
Yeah, because if I look at that man. You see this man right here. You cut him. If you cut him, his blood will be marinade.
As Erickson looks at fucking Stallone and stares and sweep the leg the whole fucking time.
Stallone, who? Martin Cove.
Stares and sweep the leg the whole time.
You know what I like? I like the fact that I'm learning that Martin Cove is exactly who the fuck I thought he was. Do you know that this dude is everybody knows him as an asshole around Hollywood? Like, really, they say he's a pure asshole because he is insanely mid, and he don't deserve mid, and he walks around like he's a bitch.
Any guy that walks around,
we talked to him at AwesomeCon.
Any guy that walks around in the 80s and 90s with sleeveless shirts, he's an asshole. I'm sorry, like that's just the rules.
Martin Cove was an asshole in the 80s and remained an. You know what? I give you that, nigga. Consistent. You and Bruce Campbell are consistent on the assholery. Yo.
You know the one thing that I wish. The one thing I wish Erickson had in this movie, Chris, and you would agree, just to go with his personality. He's already wearing a sleeveless shirt. He just needed to be covered in grenades pinned to that
nigga, right?
Oh, I thought he needed. You ain't lying. Like he needed like an accessory to look like slightly more badass than he was. You know what I mean?
Here's the sick part. In the weirdest,
just give him several grenades,
like pockets or something. You don't give him something.
No, don't give him pockets. It has to be actual frag grenades pinned to his vest.
Yeah, the long. Yeah.
Here's the sick part to Kevin's point. You forget in the Karate Kid lore, and they talk about it in Cobra Kai, Kreese was a Vietnam vet. So technically, you could say this was technically Kreese in a Rambo movie.
Wait, when did Karate Kid come out?
84.
All right, now.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
We are not doing the gymnastics.
I know. No. I was about to, but I had to stop myself. I was like, no, Karate Kid came out before this, so you can't even correlate that shit any fucking ways.
And remember, him going right back out to do a mission just to come back home and be broke again sounds so stupid.
But it works because, that's the veterans. America doesn't care about the veterans.
Yeah. Shut the Thus Rambo.
And he's right there with John.
Thus First Blood.
And he's right there with Johnny Lawrence that believes that the 80s were the only good time throughout history.
It's just like us millennials. We think the 90s was the best thing ever, and then it's like,
it
miles vary.
It depends on your millennial. Because some millennials like to believe that late 80s, early 90s was the best.
True. No, I think the 2000s were. I think that was the pinnacle of man.
Yeah, it was.
I think we have been trying.
Society peaked, sir.
I think that's what I'm saying. In the 2000s, I think it peaked. But I think we've been chasing that cocaine high for the last 15 years.
Well, let's be real, folks.
In 2008, things got real stupid.
Let's be real. That's America in a nutshell. We're always chasing a high. That's all it really is. You're chasing a high constantly because of nostalgia. When you get innovation, everybody else is just copying that innovation, and you're lather, rinse, repeat, chasing the high again, and so on and so forth. So that's just how it is. But speaking of which, did you just love? Number one, Rambo has to cut himself off the failed Halo drop, which was
almost died.
Almost died. Almost died. Then he gets told about all these weapons and stuff. The compound bow is a silent bow that just kills, which I'm like, yeah, all right, cool. You know, it's great. But also Rambo, in typical fashion, breaks the rules because Ko is just like, yeah, we're supposed to take pictures. Nah, I'm just gonna go in and save.
No, it's not even that. Not even that. Remember, he cut himself loose. He cut himself loose from the backpack that was filled with all that technology that he was supposed to take with him to that camp. Because remember, Charles Napier's Murdoch, being the bureaucrat that he is telling him, let technology do the work. Rambo, you just need to go there and just point the camera and shoot. That's all you need to do.
You're telling the guy that doesn't know about technology.
And what I found interesting is even Rambo is just, he's walking around looking at all the tech in that room, and even he's like, I've always believed that the mind is the greatest weapon. He's not impressed with any of this stuff.
Rambo's the guy that will sleep on the ground, and it's the most comfortable sleep ever.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Get full 8 hours.
Full 8 hours.
So, Rambo, we have a continental breakfast downstairs. I'm okay.
I'll eat the snake. It's great.
That's a man that's going to eat.
He's gonna
drink the coffee that's inside. That's the free coffee that's inside the hotel room. That's that type of man.
No, Chris, come on. This is Rambo. He wouldn't even. The snake is one thing. No, that's too easy. It's Rambo. He's eating a full centipede, sir.
What was he eating in First Blood when he was outdoors? I forgot.
Remember he killed a boar.
Yeah, he killed a boar. So that's Rambo's MO. Like
man, this man was tracking a wild boar, stabbed it.
I mean, he was eating good. Boar probably looked that boar did look pretty delicious. I'm like, he's eating good. I gotta give him that.
Sprinkle some seasoning on it, and maybe.
White people don't believe.
Rambo knows all different types of seasoning.
Rambo looks like the type that would have a YouTube channel now on how to cook boar. She get like 1 million views.
So what I did,
which kind of goes into the whole. It kind of goes into, which kind of adds to the whole Stallone Schwarzenegger rivalry. Mm-hmm. These two are the only ones that have a wild boar in their jungle movies.
Because it was Predator.
In Predator.
Yeah, where my man Bill Dukes killed
Bill
it. Thought it was the Predator.
The boar. Bill Duke kills a boar, and Poncho goes, "Jesus, you killed a pig. Think you could have found something bigger?"
Fuck you, man.
The reason why is because no bullshit.
I ain't gonna lie, wild boar almost killed me. I would feel the same way. I'm
Eris, you have to realize wild boars are real life Dark Souls bosses.
They are.
Like, seriously, you walking over, oh shit, Snouty McSnout. Fuck.
One hit does like 75% damage.
Dog. Wild boars are literally fight, like seriously, they are the worst bosses to come across, bro.
You take a shit, next thing you know, you hear a snort, and you're like, all right, time to not wipe and just pull my pants up and run. Because no.
Not gonna wipe. Why are you not gonna wipe? Well, I play the shit boar as I run.
It's like, no, I'm in the jungle. I heard a snort, and there's not a trace of cocaine anywhere.
Fun fact: the movie that we're not gonna do, The Air Up There with Kevin Bacon. His character almost got killed by a boar when he was out in the wilds of Africa and got saved by the natives because of that shit.
That's why I don't want to be anywhere near that. No.
Yeah.
No, y'all have fun with that.
Did you just say? Mm-hmm. Did you just mention the air up there?
Folks, we had very problematic movies in the 90s.
And that was air one of them. Up there.
Plot: Kevin Bacon finds a 7-foot guy in Africa that was part of a tribe and convinces him to play basketball for a white private school.
Based still a real life story.
Habibi firebombing got a missile to. If them robbers come through, then I guarantee they give it a lifestyle. He was.
Like I said,
movie.
Like I said, if I'm in the jungle, I hear a snort and there's no cocaine around.
I'm running. Run. My girl was in fucking.
Harris, I'm sorry. You said snort and cocaine. First thing I thought was Tony Montana licking his whole hand, slapping it into the cocaine. It's some good shit you got, Sosa.
Let me tell you something. You talk about wild boars. I'm laughing at the fact that when we talked about Congo in a recent period of time, I'm glad that the greater general public are realizing how dangerous hippos are. Because it used to be like hippos, like, oh, they're so cute and lovable.
Goofy. Look at their teeth. They look so dumb. Find out that hippos got like 1,000 pounds of pressure every time they chew and shit.
And they will kill you.
Come to find out these niggas, like crocodiles, are close to fucking dinosaurs. Like, nigga.
If you look at them wrong, they will kill you. So,
don't look at them directly in the eyes.
Basically.
You know what I'm finding out too? I'm finding out that zebras are fucking assholes.
Oh, yes, they are.
First off, they're mules anyway. Let's just get that shit out of the way. So they already stuck between donkey and horse. They already on that. But here's the worst part about it. Not only do they kill their own kind, like, no, seriously, they gang up. Like, hey, y'all, look, it's a 2-year-old kid. Let's stomp this nigga out. They'll do that shit, yo.
Fight back, niggas, fight back.
They're like the dolphins. They're like the dolphins. They're like on-land dolphins. They're fucking assholes. We're like, oh my God. You know, look, they're striped. They're mixed like my son Jaden. It's so beautiful. That's what y'all see, but they assholes, nigga. So anyway.
The worst one is when they just happen to be near a riverbank and a 30-foot long alligator just starts chomping away on one of them. They all run for the hills.
Dog, you know
they're like, hey, look, man, Kenny on his own, dog.
Hey, Brian, go home right
man,
now.
Fuck that nigga. Nah, man. See, we white with black stripes, man. We white with black stripes. They black with white stripes. We don't like them niggas over here, man.
gang.
That's what I told CJ about the Mufasa movie.
It really was.
White genocide.
It really was. It's like, this is kind of weird. All right, I guess white lion genocide.
White lion.
All right.
White lion genocide.
When Sue told me this, I was like, nah.
I was like,
white.
I said, okay.
Lion.
I said, okay.
Genocide.
I was like, go see the movie.
I sat there, and my wife and her sister did not understand why I was laughing so hard when I saw that shit. And I was like, I there's no way I could explain that to you that you would get it. Just leave me to my laughter.
You should have told him.
You should have told him. You should have told him that I warned you. That's all you had to say was that, look, he warned me.
I'm like, yo, like, what? Anyways. I told Sue this. The first 45 minutes, up until like Harrison comes in with the helicopter, in a normal movie that's written in a certain way, that would be the end of the movie. You're like, is this like a Rambo OVA, like 45 minutes? Yeah, all right, I guess. Cool. Like, it's a Rambo OVA. He just goes in, does his job, and credits.
A live action Rambo OVA. First of all, Chris, let's, for you to sum up the movie and say that the movie ends here with the chopper coming to pick him up, that would have been something. But then I would have asked one question, just one question. Y'all spent $25 million on this movie. We get to this point and this movie's over. Where is the remaining 20?
In Stallone's pocket.
No, where's the remaining 20? Because not a whole lot happened here. We literally got to see a Metal Gear Solid sneaking mission in the jungle.
I mean,
a lot of dudes getting stabbed and stuck to the wall.
You know what it reminds me of? Remember that 3-part OVA, Gunsmith Cats? And
yes,
OVA ended with you thinking that the Russian assassin got killed in that car chase, right? And then all of a sudden the third one is like, oh, she survived. That's what I thought this was going to be like. That if you really did split this into an OVA, like the first part would be like, oh, shit, Erickson saved him. Credits. And then the second part would be like, But then Rambo has to go back and save the POWs.
I mean, consider
that look Harrison gave him when he just flew off. Just Rambo, hey, I'm like, well, that's fucked up.
About it. Erickson gave him that look like, what? I literally just got here. You want me to abort the mission? He's right here in front of me.
Well, tough luck, Rambo.
Murdoch. No, seriously. Murdoch, you really gonna make this awkward for me.
Fuck him.
Come on. From scene one when you saw Murdoch, you knew a heel turn was gonna happen. Come on.
I gotta be honest with you.
I agree. I agree with you because it was a line that Murdoch said where he said, oh yeah, you were in so and so and so and so. Yeah, I was in I was in so and so and so and so as well. And he mentions like some whole other battalion, right? That he was in.
The year in the battalion. Keep that in mind. Continue. Sorry.
In which he gets, and right before he gets on the chopper, Rambo tells Troutman, yeah, Murdoch said that he was on 76 and so and so. That didn't happen. You're the only one I trust, man. That's all I'm gonna say.
That is the most stolen valor ass shit ever. Like,
because that's what he do, man. He lied to you.
You mean to tell me
to the soldiers, man? Because that's why we lost Vietnam. That's also a part of the myth that comes out of this whole thing too. That we would have won Vietnam.
No,
if those fucking Democrats would have just let us stay there. We had it, man. They made us look like losers.
Vietnam was the first time America got punched in the mouth bad.
Mollywopped, as it were.
Yeah, they got bad. And look, Murdoch is basically 80s Pete Hesketh. Like, fuck him. Like that's really what he is. It's like, you're not really a soldier.
Pete Hesketh would have told him to stay out in Vietnam.
Because diversity is weakness, you see. We need this white. Actually, you know what? He would disqualify Rambo for the mission because he's Native American.
I'm about to say that.
DEI.
It's like, hold up. Indigenous German? Get out of here. Not my military.
Yeah. Hold up. Yeah.
I don't know. He held a tan very well.
Here's the lie. Good luck, Troutman. Good luck, son. You remember when Murdoch said that he was with the 2nd Battalion, 3rd Marines, and Khartoum of 66? Yeah, I remember. 2nd Battalion was at Cut Sank. You're the only one I trust.
Troutman.
These niggas lying, bro. These niggas lying, man.
Troutman is just a guy that's like, yeah, I kind of knew he was a liar, but hey, bureaucrats. What can I tell you?
Okay, you know how you're going through this whole the whole propaganda? Well, D just stepped away. I gotta bring this up because we're talking about all the propaganda and how much government likes to cover stuff up. Run with me on this, Chris.
I can run with you.
Troutman, what are you doing? Do you know what you've done? Don't act so innocent, Colonel. You had your suspicions, and if you suspected, then you're sort of an accessory, aren't you? Don't ever count me with you and your scum. It was a lie, wasn't it? Just like the whole war. It was a lie. What are you talking about? That camp was supposed to be empty. Rambo goes in, a decorated vet. He finds no POWs. Then Congress buys it, case closed. And if he just happens to get caught, no one knows he's alive except you and your computers, and you can reprogram that, can't you? He's like, who do you think you're talking to, Troutman? He says, you like a stinking bureaucrat just trying to cover himself. No, not just me, Troutman. You're talking about a nation here. Besides, it was your war hero's fault. He said, now, if your warrior had gone in and done what he was supposed to do, he said he'd have been out of this clean and simple. He was supposed to just take pictures. And if those pictures somehow, showed something that would have been lost, wouldn't they? Oh, Troutman. I still don't think you understand what this is about. The same as it always is. Money. In 72, we were supposed to pay the Kong $4.5 billion in war reparations. We reneged, they kept the POWs. And you're doing the same thing all over again. And what would you do, Troutman? Pay blackmail money to ransom our own men and finance a war effort against our allies? Or what if some burnout POW shows up on the 6 o'clock news? What are you gonna do, huh? Start the war all over again? You want to bomb Hanoi? Is it you want everybody screaming for armed? Screaming for armed invasion? Like, do you honestly think someone's gonna like get up on the floor of the United States Senate and ask for billions of dollars for a couple of forgotten ghosts?
Yep.
He's like, men who fought for their country. That's enough, Troutman. I'm gonna forget that this conversation ever took place. And if I were you, I'd never make the mistake of bringing it up again. You're the one that's making the mistake. Yeah, what mistake? Rambo.
I mean, look, let's be real.
That exchange in dialogue was like one of my favorites because God, that line, like all of that just aged like fine wine.
Because if you think about it, in the history of this country, there's always that one bureaucrat that kind of fucks up the mission in some. Yeah, it really is Duke Phillips. It is like that is that.
I just caught that.
That is like literally like life imitating art, because like that's how it is in real life. There's always that one bureaucrat that kind of like sees some sort of advantage monetarily in something, and it fucks up the mission in totality. Like, that's just the nature, unfortunately, of how shit is in society. We saw Dick Cheney doing that shit during the whole fucking Iraq war.
Well, remember what I said to you, Chris. Remember what I said. Imagine, if you will, Rambo does go and take pictures. Mm-hmm. He says he's got,
and that's it.
No, hold on. He does take the pictures. Still manages to get the POW. Mm-hmm. And takes him back when he's radioing for help and say, I got the photos, like, come pick me up, yada yada yada. And Erickson shows up and he sees the POW with him. I already know the first question he'd ask. Whoa, who's this? What's going on here? At that point, it's like, how do you explain that? You're already in the hot zone trying to get away from the enemy. You have a POW with you. You didn't say that you were bringing in a POW, but what? You want me to say that? Nah, man, this dude was on vacation. He got kidnapped. I rescued him.
But that's the thing. Were they expecting any of them to be shown up anyway?
Yeah. They expect the POWs?
Yeah, period.
No, I just went through that whole monologue that I just went through. Murdoch really believed that if I just point Rambo in the direction of this camp here, mm-hmm. We believe it's empty. We didn't see anything on our computers. Yep. So this ought to be an easy case, open and shut case for us to send this to Congress and say, hey, we didn't find anything. Case closed. Moving on.
But that's the thing that get me. So I would think, well, you know what? I would say in real life, they would have a contingency plan just in case something retarded like that happens.
Yeah.
But I think you would just have to get them.
Yeah.
At that point, unless you're ready to do some lolly lule low crap off book, like, you get the POW over there. Oh, we got him. Shoot him in the back of the head, then shoot John Rambo. Like, that's like the only thing I can think of.
And it's just like I said, Troutman asking all the right questions.
Mm-hmm.
What if he did take a picture of something that you didn't, something showed up in those photos that you didn't, that you didn't want. Somehow those photos would end up lost, wouldn't they? Not only that, you could have, and if Rambo managed to get himself captured or killed, no one would even know that he's alive except for you and your computers, and you can easily just erase all of his information
mm-hmm.
and disavow any of his involvement.
Yeah.
Again, it's Metal Gear. It's Metal Gear. Imagine, because hold on, that's also the plot of Metal Gear 2. You only mm-hmm. went in there. You're not to engage the enemy on that tanker. You're just supposed to get photographic evidence of the new Metal Gear model.
Yep. And that was it. So and I think when Rambo gets left behind, he gets tortured. He gets dunked in that murky ass, swamp ass water and shit.
That was really, really disgusting looking, and it was full of leeches.
I mean, just
snakes, salamanders. I think the snakes is the worst part about those.
Look, I'm just wondering, did he get his vaccination shots before he went on the mission? That's all.
I would like to believe.
Nigga, this is the 1970s. Hell no.
The 80s.
80s.
Well, you know, he would have got him in the 70s, so no.
Yeah. I mean, you know, but so basically what ends up happening is that the Soviet general in the
General
Kudutsky basically says, hey, I want you to contact your people and tell them not to come back here and get themselves involved.
No. He actually said that he wanted Rambo to contact them, radio them for help.
I thought he did. You sure?
Yeah. Remember, he was trying to lure them out.
I thought he. Okay, maybe I misread it.
Yeah, you
know why I misread it? Because he was basically threatening to shock the shit out of fucking Rambo and fucking.
Yeah, because I mean, why would he tell them? Why would he tell Rambo to tell them not to come get them? I mean, sure, they know where he is, but at the same time, they know. At the same time, Murdoch knows. Hey, look, I ain't about to spend no kind of government money to send a chopper after Rambo. Now that the whole mission is a bust.
Exactly.
I mean, Rambo. I did laugh at the fact that Rambo.
No, you know how much that shit gonna cost me till that thing lift off? Fuck no.
But I like how he contacted the base and basically threatened the fuck out of Murdoch on that radio.
Oh yes, he did. He just says, he's like, Lone Wolf calling Wolfden. As soon as he answered the call, he says, Murdoch, I'm coming for you.
Dog, you know
Dude,
what I like?
Hold up. He grabbed the mic stand and
hit my nigga dead in the head with that wobble. I'm like, yo.
It's the ping sound. That's
what the sound effects is just great. But
those are that's a Cold War mic stand. We don't make those no more.
But here's the thing that makes it so great. Because it's Rambo. Rambo, after his girl gets shot back.
After Co
over here talk about take me home.
Well, that's your 2 days of retirement speech. Take me home.
The second she said take me home with you, I want to see the beautiful Utah.
Well, first of all, it wouldn't even be Utah. Okay, all right. Earth 838 version of this movie where she not only survived, but she actually goes back to Arizona with Rambo.
Well, no, third movie he's in a monastery.
Well, yeah, but that was after all the mess that went down. Let's just say everything went off without a hitch. Chris, your ending. This Earth 838 Rambo is that it ends with the initial chopper.
Okay, fair. All right, you're right.
They even accepted the POW and said, "Hey, bonus."
It's the Metal Slug POW.
I'm about to say the bonus.
Yeah, it's the.
Thank you.
The POW that rings out that tattered shirt and you get a gun boost.
Rockets.
But no. First of all, when they were on that boat with the pirates, by the way, and they're both telling each other about their backstories and whatnot, and I was like, oh, we finally get some information on Rambo actually having a family. He says, I got a father, maybe.
Maybe I have a father. Well,
and then and it makes sense because this would be called back like 3 movies from now in Rambo 4, where 2 movies from now, where in Rambo 4 at the end of the movie he actually did go back to his father's house.
Why is Co doing this to Rambo?
Sir, that was after the kiss. That was after the kiss, and she said, "You're gonna take me with you." And I'm like, you know what? Let Rambo have some happiness. This is actually the only time we actually do see him have this much action, like with a woman on camera.
And then that gun said, "No."
Let me talk to you real quick, yo, because What she feeling right now is her midsection getting lit up.
You mean the machine gun fire?
Because my man,
sir, it wasn't even that one pistol. It was a whole.
That was later on.
Yeah,
This was later. Yeah, that scene is later on.
This nigga took out the love interest.
Yeah. Well, I don't even think it was even him. It was more so just soldiers.
Don't make me break out a Chris Tucker line.
Stop it. Anyway, because you don't even see like the actual dude that did it. You just no. Much like how we saw, because we just saw Naked Gun. You see the first person view of the gun, of the AK. We see the gun. We see the AK's point of view.
I just love
mow down Cole.
I just love how,
and that was spray and pray. By the way, it wasn't even like proper aim down. It's like you just saw
in a scene.
It connects.
In a scene that gets mimicked in a lot of movies, Rambo puts on Cole's necklace and then puts on the iconic red bandana.
First of all, I call that the Jubei.
Ah, yes.
Because Jubei did the exact same thing in Ninja Scroll. Buries the love interest, took the one thing that she left behind, tied it around his head or neck, whichever direction you want to go in, put on the bandana, and now it's personal.
You would have been a good American. And now you have to face me.
Well, no, because actually, D, you would laugh at this. See how after Rambo literally took the time to bury Ko in the mud, and we get a whole storm. At that point, I need Deftones playing because he goes full Bardock.
I watch you, Jay. I watch you, Jay.
He goes Bardock with the blood.
I have to be real with you.
The blood-soaked bandana.
You know what? I got into it with our boy Shaggy and Jose. I told them both, y'all do realize that Deftones is a bit emo. No, it's not. Yes, the fuck it is. What are you talking about? This is pure white boys cutting themselves because Jessica won't talk to me. Music. What are you talking about?
Come on.
Anyway, what up?
Look, Rambo does Rambo shit, which is guerrilla warfare tactics.
Dude, we see him go through the full playbook of taking out all enemies.
My question is this, though.
He covered himself in mud, by the way.
That's what I was going to ask you, Eric.
Posting himself up against a wall.
I like how you see him like all in mud, right? Stab next homeboy. Next, out the water. Phew, phew, phew. I'm like, how fast is he? How fast is he?
Well, we saw in Rambo 4.
He's killing them.
You saw in Rambo 4 when he took out them Burma army folks pretty quick. I'm like,
with nothing but a bow and arrow, by the way.
This nigga is hitting roll, attack, roll, attack, roll, attack, roll, attack.
Oh, by the way, Rambo the entire time after he put that bandana on.
Bro. No bull crap.
100% leaf woodland.
He had the leaf woodland. He had the water one. All 100% rocking them niggas, dog.
All with silent weapons.
And I was thinking about myself, and I was telling myself, D, now how is this propaganda? Didn't I just tell you? Ronald Reagan said that Stallone as Rambo is the embodiment of the American soldier.
Yeah.
I feel that Rambo is what America think it is in every war.
Can I be real?
Just a dude mowing down a whole lot of foreigners.
Can I be real?
That's what I think.
I get foreign insurgents.
When I think insurgents,
insurgents. Yes,
I love how the word insurgents
lost all meaning.
Just say them. Just say niggers. That's what it felt like to me every time they said insurgents.
When I think about Rambo and I think that bow and arrow, I think of those motherfuckers, the people that live in the hills that still got their fucking TiVo and shit, saying I hate the government and shit. that be hunting with bows,
living off the grid.
Yeah. Like
I feel like if
the fucking goofy ass Joe Rogan's like, yeah, you ever hunt with a bow and arrow? It makes you a man. And I'm like, I guess.
I feel like if you hunt with a bow and arrow, two things. Either that's a family trade, and I really mean that.
Yeah.
It's a family trade. Y'all still got hunting in your family. Y'all from the country and all that. Hey, no, don't let a black dude from the city deter you from your way of life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whatever.
Yeah.
Or the second one, you can just go to Walmart and go ahead and get the venison. You can just do it like that. You're not even like, here's the thing. Here's the worst part. You're not even going to use all of the carcass. Do you know how disrespectful that is? That's the shit that killed me. You're not even going to use you're not even going to eat the damn thing.
Y'all want to hear y'all want to hear the funniest shit? Fucking Mark Zuckerberg is on Rogan's podcast. And he's they both talking about hunting because it's Joe Rogan. So you got to talk about hunting somehow, some way.
You got to talk about some manly shit that he don't do.
So Mark talks about, using a hunting rifle. And he was like, yeah, I used a, bow too. And Rogan, like clockwork, was like, well, what kind of bow? And Mark, clearly full of shit that he used a bow and arrow for hunting, was like, well, I don't know the type of bow and arrow, but I use a bow and arrow. And you look the face of like Joe, like, oh, you're full of shit, but I want to let this rock and just keep going because
no, this is what Mark Zuckerberg got. He got two dudes that go in the woods and hit the trees until shit goes flying out the woods. And Mark Zuckerberg has a whole lot of landmines in front of him. So when they come to him, they blow up. He's like, yeah, I got one.
I have never seen a guy try so hard to be a man and he's not even a man. That's crazy.
Look, Mark Zuckerberg already got my respect when he did the MMA classes and he looked like he could actually fight. And Elon Musk did the now you want to fight. This is so stupid.
Same time.
It's because Mark is being mature now. Like that was funny. That was funny.
That was because Mark is trying to be based.
Yeah,
Mark forgets, and I think that's why he's been backing down. That he forgot. Oh yeah, I never had a friend in my life.
And also,
I'm so stupid.
I've been listening to Sean Parker this whole time.
Also, I feel David Fincher didn't go hard in the paint enough on Zuckerberg and the social network at this point.
Look, he didn't. He didn't, but that's the reason why I didn't want to watch that movie. I knew Fincher was only going to go so far because at that point, when you make those corporate movies, man, you have to either kiss their ass or really make them look
now, the movie doesn't kiss Zuck's ass, but it's like you could have went way harder on that shit.
That's what I'm saying. You could have did it. So you have to do some degree of ass kissing or you straight up demolishing their character because that person has no power now. Yeah. In the case of when he did the Social Network, it's still a thing. Yeah, this is not us. This is not them doing the BlackBerry movie where you can make fun of them niggas. No.
Oh yes.
You know what I'm saying? When they're still a running company, it kind of. That's why I hate those corporate movies, man. I really do. Whatever. Anyway.
But I like.
Seriously, what is the chicken?
I mean, look.
That's still one of my favorite lines.
Did y'all love the okie doke that Rambo gave Pfft with that fake ass fucking helicopter crew?
No. Hold on. We ain't just gonna skip past.
I know. That shit just is ingrained in my head. I was like, you.
First of all, we're gonna. Hang on.
The hind.
And thank you for pointing out the other picture, by the way, because I was just gonna say, Rambo #1, Chris, took out a hind D with said okie doke.
Now, I will say this. That isn't a hind D, that's a refitted copter they did.
Yeah, it's a Milme. Was it Milme?
Milme 24.
Yeah, Milme 24. The ones that came after it though.
Yes.
The hind D is what came after it.
Yeah, but the one they redid it, you can tell it's an American helicopter just by the window of the car, by the window of the car, the window of the helicopter. You can see that shit. Like, oh, but the whole stand and all the rest of that shit look just like the hind. So that joke was kind of cool. But yeah, the second I saw that, I was like, Liquid Snake approves. Let's go.
Liquid Snake approves at the same time. Liquid Snake, I'm gonna go shoot down some bothersome fly.
Hey, did you love?
Let me tell you something, man. That's a serious setup, man. That's a serious setup, bro.
I love how Sergeant Yushin gets yeeted out of a fucking helicopter.
Of course he does. He already had enough punishment, put to him in the first place. Because remember, Rambo not only threw him into the electric torture rack and jabbed him in the kidneys for good measure.
I just like I look again. I love 80s sub bosses because Yushin, when you see him when he's getting tortured, he has the sub boss look like. Well, this man definitely does look like he means business.
Oh, he's pure sub boss.
But he goes out in a spectacular way, and I'm like, well, you get yeeted out of the helicopter. You kind of deserve that, sir.
So he got the Art Gall from First Blood.
Yeah. Except it wasn't accidental.
It was not. It wasn't an accidental cousin Pebble that hit the window. Not Brother Rock, cousin Pebble.
Cousin Pebble.
To which I'm like, well, yeah, that was a pussy way to go out by a fucking pebble. Like, what is this shit?
Bear in mind, though, it was a wind tunnel that they got. They were caught in an updraft.
Well, things happen. But
you're in a chopper trying to hold steady in a freaking updraft, and you're trying to shoot at somebody with a sniper rifle. What are we doing?
I mean, Rambo.
How could you? No, what did this one lonely drifter do that caused this much animosity that you needed to shoot him right then and there from a chopper? Was it really worth that much?
Apparently that family's gonna get his GI Bill money from that, so hey.
Pension,
what makes
sir.
you
He was
think
a cop.
that's what happened?
He was a cop, sir. That's a pension.
It's pension, basically.
Back when that was still good.
Back when that meant something.
Yeah, there's only like 2 jobs out here you can get pension. One of them is UPS at this point.
So you get a pension. And like 3 of them still got a union.
Yeah, 3 of them still got
3. You shooting kind of high with that, sir.
Well, if you count police unions, yes, 3. So
it's 3. It's definitely 3, especially in Trump's America.
That's the only one that's had to the police.
It's about 4 if you count ICE, because they're about to make ICE unionize and shit. Because
oh god,
they're already about to mad. They're already. Hey, look. This third episode in a row of 3BG, we're mentioning Trump, but hey, Trump's America. Like
Trump's
ICE is
on Al Gore's internet.
ICE is actively hiring, and I was on USA Jobs, and I was sitting there like, this is the most fucked up shit ever. It's like,
do you hate Mexicans?
Here's the sick
you
part.
Might as well just write that down.
These niggas are doing. This is how fucked up it is. This is how much big dick swinging Trump is doing over Biden.
If you join, to have kids,
no. If you join ICE, they will actually pay off your student loans. I shit you not. It is the most fucked up. It is the most fucked up shit ever. Because you remember him and the other Republicans was like, why is Biden paying off student loans? That's illegal. And it's like, but you want people to have kids and spend money, right? Like, pay off the fucking student loans. Like,
well, that means we gotta give them stuff.
Yeah, now they're like, well, you hate Mexicans, join ICE, we'll pay your student loans off. I'm like, that is so fucked up.
I hate that's it. It's just we'll pay off your student loans, nothing more.
Well, no, there's bonuses for arrests too, which that tells you.
Oh god, so yes. Do you make it? So let me guess.
50,000 if you get a certain number of arrests.
So let me guess. If I just happen to arrest Consuela coming out of the local mini mart,
you sir could get it. You sir could get a possible $20,000 bonus. I shit you not.
Bring us one kid.
See, you know how tempting that is. You know how many people out here that are struggling.
I'm not selling my soul because I feel with my luck.
I'm not insinuating that, sir. Let me finish. I'm saying, do you know how tempting that is for someone who could be struggling with crippling credit card debt, and they go, "Wait a minute, I make an arrest and I get 20 G."
That's what they're banking on. It's like
they're really banking on that.
It's inverse military, basically, where you're preying on people.
Little did they know that this is the government we're talking about, and depending on the agency, they will piecemeal that crap after they tax the bejesus out of it.
And that's the thing that gets me.
You ain't gonna get 20 G's up front. You're gonna
sign up to that shit.
like that 20 G's literally becomes 10 G's, and you get it over the course of 3 years.
And the main people they want to sign up to the shit are people that they can't read or don't understand the shit. They always like to say, "I'll never give the government a cent," and then when they finally get fucked over from the government, like, "Hey, wait a minute, I was a part of that shit." You see how they wrote the sin?
But hold on, but wait a second. Do you think about this? If I'm wearing glasses and a crossing guard vest and a mask, what do I need to read? I just need to know if the person's brown.
You know what? You're right. Hold on, Eris. Do you know how to do this?
Yes.
Yeah, just you don't have to really do anything. Just
well, D, you forgot. You gotta do this.
Thank you. See, I ain't got my camera right now, but Chris is doing the other. I was gonna say,
what kind of American are you?
Eris, you gotta get a lot of look. Also, you gotta get a lot of mileage doing this. Yeah, 1035. Yeah, man. I ain't like, yeah. Process like four of them.
Here's the sick part.
I'm gonna have to see your hands. Show me your hands. No, show me your hands. Show me your hands.
I can just walk around with a battering ram and hope that I get near a window.
Is your penis 3 inches long? Where ICE wants you.
Here's the sick part.
You jack off to big booty Latinas, but you really don't. You really think they're a little bit too free? Well, come.
Here's how fucked up ICE is. Before we go back to Rambo, these motherfuckers got ran off by folks in LA. They got ran off by LA citizens. I'm just saying, like, nobody really is fearful of ICE in the grand scheme of things, because it's like,
I like how. Do you know they're getting sued, right? You know they're getting sued by so many people, right? It is so ridiculous. They're getting all this money, but most of it's going to go to court cases where they're getting sued. This is the most retarded shit ever, bro.
They're going to burn through all that money from lawsuits. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Speaking of burning through stuff, we saw Rambo burn through all of the Vietnamese soldiers.
He lit that fucking POW camp up.
The POW camp got ravaged, and my favorite kill, besides the RPG, besides the Stinger missile taking out the Hind, it was seeing Lieutenant K catching a explosive arrow.
I mean, come on! Like,
first of all, it was a jump cut explosion, by the way, because we just see him let go, and I was like, "Yo, Lieutenant, you got that one little pistol. This man."
I'm mad though. He was shooting it, and Rambo taking his time.
Gotta be real.
He really did just take his time to load up, make sure he pulled out the explosive one.
Gotta be real.
I know. My man is the clip. Pew, pew, pew.
Take the slowest aim, and I'm like, son, we are about to watch the greatest kill in this entire movie.
You know, the equivalent of that is when you're playing Resident Evil 4, the remake and shit, and you're just fucking around with like infinite ammo, and you're facing an enemy that has a pickaxe, and you're like, oh, you're gonna get this infinite rocket launcher. That's literally what that shit was.
More my favorite, when they try to swing at you and you parry them by cutting their arm off.
It's just like, well,
I was like, dude, did you really just try to punch me?
I like the correlation that people said about both Resident Evil 4s, where the OG Resident Evil 4 was like a old school action movie, and then the new one is basically like John Wick Resident Evil edition. I'm like, yeah,
I mean, in a way, it really is. Because if you notice something, when you're wrecking house and just mowing down bad guys with Leon, he actually does do a John Wick pose with the pistol.
Nigga, the new Resident Evil remake, 4 remake, Mercenaries is
chef's kiss.
Woo! The Wesker, nigga.
Wesker breaks the game, and I love it.
I mean, just every character is just fun, but like that's the shit with Rambo. I'm like, this man has a pistol, and you're just like, bloody done.
When you think about it, when you think about Rambo going to that PW camp was literally Rambo Mercenaries mode.
It really does.
Because he was killing bad guys left and right.
Mayhem mode. Oh my god, man.
I mean, somewhere I thought Rambo was like punching hourglasses just to get time extensions.
Like, time extension. But nah, like when he actually fakes out old boy with that helicopter move and just kills him, I was like,
dude, the fact that you did a soft landing because you might have hit the rudder, and sure enough, if Rambo didn't know what he was doing, smoke was coming from it, and if he didn't know what he was doing, he probably would have crashed. My man did a soft landing right there by the river. And of course, because you're the bad guy, because you're the main villain, you want to savor that moment by lining up your sights so that you could take one final shot at blowing them up and then going home and eating a bowl of borscht or something. I don't know. And what happens? You
drink your vodka soup.
And what happens? All I heard was click click. I'm like, oh yeah, Stinger missile locked on. And
my man put that shit against the glass.
He really did. He really did the whole. Yeah, I'm just gonna lay here and fake like I'm dead. This is the worst game of possum ever.
I mean, but it's Rambo, so of course he's gonna be able to get away with it. It's like, cool.
Trailing smoke all the way home.
Yeah, he did. You're dude. He managed to fly the chopper with a smoking rudder all the way back to base.
I like how he just fucking clocks Erickson as soon as he gets off the fucking chopper. Rightfully so. Rightfully so.
First of all, it was below. What was it? Below the camera shot. So it was like below the shot to the balls, and somehow his bicep.
I'm about to say he did this weird move, and he just go off. Like, what?
I was like, what hit him?
Hold up. Speaking of bicep, real quick. So, Sly, you're just gonna give us a close up of you flexing as you're sharpening your fucking knife.
Yes.
Yeah, why not? It's for the ladies and some of the men.
Bear in mind,
somebody's masturbating.
Rambo.
What's the point?
I thought Rambo was masturbating the way that fucking scene was going, with the way his arm moves were going. If I want to be fair,
sir, understand. Rambo put on like a ridiculous amount of extra muscle for this sequel. Like compared to how he looked in First Blood, and then you see him again in First Blood Part 2, and then you look at him again in Rambo 3. It's like, sir,
hey, Chris. Remember that
what
robot chicken? Your core ripped as hell. What do? You do sit-ups or what? He said your hair still nice and shiny with a whole lot of volume, even though you've been in this heat for 3 weeks. How do you get all that hair?
So I remember Eris showed me this thing because again, it's like I barely remember it, but I remember like years ago, I came over to Eris's place, and he was right at the scene where Rambo unleashes inside that fucking computer room.
Yes.
And I was like, I completely forgot this scene happened. It was because when you watch it without watching the movie, it's the most random, out of context fucking scene ever. Because you're like, why the fuck is he shooting up the computers?
Here's the thing get me. Murdoch is, your boy over there just calm as hell in the other room, like, it sounds like John's here.
I mean, look. He's a Washington bureaucrat. This is just another Tuesday. He can buy more computers. Let's just be real.
You could just simply say, "Hey, look, we lost it."
It's a place that has they have a Coke machine in the corner. They're fine.
They're fine. It's the Coke vending machine. That all they have to do is just open it. They don't even have to put no change in it or nothing.
Coke because it's hot as shit. And I'm like, first off, nobody told you to wear a fucking dress shirt and a fucking tie.
Dress shirt and a tie in the middle
dress pants and loafers.
In the middle of Vietnam with no air conditioning. You got that one fan from the post exchange that's only got 2 speeds.
Like, nigga, wear a Hawaiian shirt and fucking shorts like a normal person. God damn, like what the fuck we doing?
Every day is casual Friday down here.
Really? Like, I mean, come on. Like, what are we doing here? It's like Carl Weathers in fucking Predator with his fucking tight ass fucking short sleeve dress shirt and tie.
Bro, Carl Weathers in that movie looked like
sweating his ass off.
He looked like he was ready to clock out because it was Friday and they about to hit the club or something.
Also, side note, there is something funny about an overly muscular person wearing a short sleeve dress shirt and tie. It's like,
yes,
this isn't your fit.
it's
like,
not.
Like,
It's like you
it's
might
like-
as well dress. You might like why not just dress like Schwarzenegger in this movie, dude? Just red shirt and ball cap.
it's like, oh, you had to go into the office today, didn't you?
It's like we're in the middle of Guatemala, Mexico, dude. It is hot.
I don't understand that. It's like I'm looking at Murdoch like, bro, it's hot. Again, wear a Hawaiian shirt and shorts and sandals and flip flops.
Like, come on, bro.
But you know,
Why the Hawaiian shirt, Eric?
But that part of Rambo just unloading.
Ew. Pause.
Like, no, you didn't let me finish. I said unloading the M like that M16 dude was going off, just letting the bullets fly. And I was like, yeah, you're right. When you watch that scene out of context, it's the most random thing ever because it's like, dude, what caused him to do this?
Why is he shooting computers?
Why is he shooting the computer up?
You would too if he took if they lied to you.
I hate Apple.
Son, he shot it up and then just tossed the gun like a piston tossed the heat. That's what he did.
Shut up!
And he goes into another tirade about how this country needs to take care of its soldiers. And
no. He first of all he was like, Rambo. He said, look, I swear to God, I thought that there weren't any POWs there. It wasn't my choice. I wouldn't have done. Rambo ain't saying a word. He just snatched him up by his collar, dragged him over to the table, pulls out the knife, and goes, mission accomplished.
I'm thinking that, like, I'm sorry, when he said mission accomplished, I already knew right there and there, you're not going to kill this nigga. Shut up.
He said it himself. He was like, Rambo. He's like, Rambo, I didn't make the orders. I take them just like you. I swear to God, I didn't know it was supposed to happen like this. It was supposed to just be another assignment. As soon as Rambo stabs the knife right next to Murdoch's head, he says, you know there's more men out there. You know where they are. Find them, or I'll find you.
We gotta bring our boys home.
And I would say if you watch, I would say that for 1985, that was solid. That was a solid scene.
I mean, like it's yeah. I mean, Rambo is funny for a $25 million movie. It making $300 million is wild, but not great.
Well, hang on, I got one more. I mean, that part was great, but the way it ends. Honestly, a chef's kiss because you see him leave and Troutman asks John, where are you going? I don't know. Hey, you'll get a second Medal of Honor for this. Honestly, Rambo looks over at the POWs and is like, bro, honestly, you should give it to them. They deserve it more.
The second I saw that, I was like, where's the military trumpet playing in the background?
I mean, notice the POW that we see pretty much throughout the whole movie saluting Rambo, and I'm like, yeah, respect.
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm sorry. All right, this was some military ganda. That right there was join the United States military moment right there. Don't give it to me. Give it to the real heroes.
Now, I want people to understand something. This movie made $150 million domestically and close to $150 million internationally. Opening weekend came out Memorial Day weekend in 1985.
Perfection.
Open number one. It was open number one. Number two was View to Kill. Number three was Bruce's Million. Number four, Beverly Hills Cop. Number five, Police Academy 2. 6, Code of Silence. 7, Mask. 8, Desperately Seeking Susan. And 9, Witness. And 10, Gotcha. I don't know what the fuck Gotcha is, but I do recognize Witness. It's a good movie.
That is not a busy weekend, but that was a good weekend to eat. You know what I mean? That seemed like a clear weekend for it.
Bring in the Memorial Day weekend with Rambo.
Because even against that was View to a Kill, View to a Kill, right?
Yeah, View to Kill.
Yeah, View to Kill. Oh yeah, it crushed it. That cleared it. Yeah. This was during that. This was also, because you got to think about Rocky. Rocky 4 was coming out this same year, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think Rocky 4 was 85, right?
Was Rocky 4 85? I think it was, if I'm mistaken. And it like
1985, Rocky 4. Yeah.
Yeah, this was right after Rocky 3. By the time Rocky 3 came out, it was pretty much, and Rambo, the first Rambo, it was pretty solidified that Stallone was making bangers. This was the first big one. This one, I would say, if anything, this was the one that probably pushed him over to be like the superstar that he is today.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You can make an argument maybe it was the third Rocky, but I would think it would be 1985 was the sweet spot for Sylvester Stallone to be into superstar, be certain superstar level.
Well, look, you can't keep running, John, because you're free now. Why don't you come back with us? Back to what?
Thank you.
My friends died here, and part of me died here. The war, everything that happened here may have been wrong, but man, don't hate your country for it. Hate. I die for it. Then what is it that you want? The line, the man tear shedding line, which is, I want what they want. And every other guy who came over here and spilt his guts and gave everything he had wants. For our country to love us as much as we love it. That's what I want. Well, how will you live, John? Day by day. Credits. Cinema.
Guys, I gotta be real with you. This movie is so beautiful. It upholds all the values that we have as Americans. That's why we cannot keep on pestering the president about this Epstein list. He's not on it, guys. We just gotta let it go. We used to mean something in this country, and Rambo used to mean something to us. We need Rambos again.
We need to be a proper nation again.
I like how I think Gene Siskel had a great line about this movie because he gave it 3 out of 4 stars.
Mm-hmm.
He basically said it's very good at what it does, but what it does isn't always good. And it's the back to the image of the yellow peril to the notion that white is right and other colors are wrong. Accurate. Because that was a notion of a lot of those movies at that time period, like, you know, and
it's called white exceptionalism.
Yes.
That's where everybody's tripping out about that Sidney Sweeney shit, which I gotta say, that's the nefarious white people. That was a good one, white folk.
Good
that
genes.
Was a good one. And you get the girl with the milkiest, whitest breast to push it. You wrong as fuck.
But here's the thing. There's a war brewing from that, D. There's a war brewing between white folks, blondes, brunettes, and all of them are throwing so much shade at that fucking ad, and all of us black folks are laughing at it.
Yeah, I want to know.
I know. They said that she looks like she has Down syndrome, and I fucking cackled at that shit so hard.
So they try to say she's a
I laughed so hard. I was like, "Oh my god, this is fucking hilarious."
So they try to say she's a Downy. Wonderful. Listen, gentlemen, this movie was given the following accolades. It was nominated in the Academy Award for Best Sound Editing.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Everything else after that was full Razzie. Worst.
What the hell is that?
Full Razzie. Worst Picture Award, it won. Worst Actor, Sylvester Stallone won.
Okay, there had to be worse.
Worst screenplay from Sylvester Stallone and James Cameron. Both won, by the way.
Okay.
Worst song.
Eris. Okay, that's fair.
Worst song, Peace in Our Life by Frank Stallone.
Come on. Yeah.
Which also won. Worst supporting actress, worst new star, Julia Nixon, nominated.
Wow.
Can I put out something here?
And finally, worst director, George Cosmatos from the first movie, nominated.
I like to point out something here. I don't know if you guys noticed this. I thought my glasses were like a little blurry or something at one point in the movie. What the fuck was up with Rambo landing there and the screen kind of looked like they threw Vaseline on the fucking lens and it looked there. I thought
so that's actually
I don't get that.
That's in that vision. I know. What the hell?
So that was actually a thing a lot of movies did during that time.
Yeah.
It's to fake that depth of field look by smearing Vaseline.
That's what. Like, I really thought my glasses was like fucked up or something. And I was like, oh, no.
To do what? I'm sorry. What's the purpose?
Like I was saying, it fakes depth of field.
Oh, come on.
Where it blurs out the background and puts full focus on your center shot.
Yeah, that sucked. Yeah, that effect sucked back then.
Now it is a practice that is still used to this day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it didn't look good in this movie to me.
I mean, like, I get it. You want to get swirly bokeh, but smearing Vaseline on the lens
and breathing on the lens.
Yeah. Like, anyways, what we got next, D? We were going
all right,
transitioning.
From here on out, guys, we are going to be doing the wonderful movies that are wonderful movies and things that are animated from here until the beginning of October. Because October, of course, spooky season, yada, horror movies and all the such. But this next 2 months is going to be nothing but animated. I don't want to say movies and features, but yeah. I can't say what we're going. I really don't know what we're planning to do next. So, Eris. Actually, a number between 1 and 20. Chris, go first.
13.
Eris?
2.
Wow, goes to Chris. So, Chris, because I'm picking your number, we are going to do our first Rodney Dangerfield movie. And you said, wait a minute, you said animated. That's right. We're doing Rover Dangerfield.
Oh my God. I haven't seen that fucking movie.
I did not tell you we were doing that, did I, Chris?
No, you did not.
I told that to Eris. Eris, I keep forgetting who you are, right?
Yes, you do.
So this is exactly what happened. I don't know, Eris. What's up? I'm thinking about doing Rover Dangerfield. Oh my God, let's do it.
There is something I want people to understand.
I wasn't ready for that.
Rover Dangerfield.
Sir, my Rector set can't be more complete.
I was not ready for that.
Rover Dangerfield is just like such a weird anomaly of a movie that you forget exists. It's up there with a Troll in Central Park where you forget it exists, but it was made.
But see, here's the difference.
Troll in Central Park, though, is the more terrible one.
It's a terrible, terrible movie. Rover Dangerfield probably should never been animated and marketed to kids.
They made a dog look like Roger Dangerfield. I didn't think that was possible.
They gave him a red tie, too.
They gave him the eyes, and one was like lazy going to the other way, just like Rodney. They showed a dog getting thrown into a river.
I want people to understand something, okay? It's one thing to do a movie, Rover Dangerfield. Roger Dangerfield is beloved, right? It's another, the opposite of that you do it right would be All Dogs That Go to Heaven. And you have Burt Reynolds as a good-looking dog that looks like, that will be what a Burt Reynolds dog would
Charlie
like.
Barkin, sir.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. Charlie looked like he had every bit of rabies. Like, he needed to get washed. He had fleas. What you talking about? Charlie was a full-on mutt.
Yeah. Brother.
Ugh. That dude was a German Shepherd, something. He was a mix. Like a motherfucker.
But Rover Dangerfield is one of those movies where
it got greenlit.
Yeah, it got greenlit.
That's it for me. Just the fact that you had 8 people in the room, and Rodney said, "Come on, put me in it. Come on, make me walk around, make me a fucking dog already."
But like when you
and they did it.
Here's the thing, real quick. Basically, the plan for this was conceived in the late 80s.
Yeah.
The film was the brainchild of Rodney Dangerfield and planned at the time for a December of 1988 release. It was originally planned to be an R-rated animated film in the vein of Ralph Bakshi's films, but Warner Brothers wanted the film's content to be toned down to a G rating.
Wow.
It's kind of funny how they get away with throwing a dog in a bag over the Hoover Dam, right?
If you think about it,
Stop. It was supposed to be a rated R joint, and you grindstone that bitch down to a PG rating, yo.
Not even PG. A
G rating. Is it G? Is it actually G?
This was a rated G movie.
Wow.
Here's the kicker. This is Hyperion Films, which is under Walt Disney. This is the same studio that prior to Rover Dangerfield did Brave Little Toaster, critically acclaimed and all that. But they also
me and Eris got into it, and Eris got me on the year that Brave Little Toaster came out, and I was like, "Fuck, really?" So I just gave up. I should have kept on moving. I was right. I should have kept on moving.
Kicker.
Brave Little Toaster was an '80s movie.
Kicker. After Rover Dangerfield, they did Bebe's Kids the following year.
They did.
Yes, they did Baby's Kids, and this is the same studio that did Proud Family.
You can kind of see it.
You can see the animation. It's like, yeah, I could. Yeah.
So the question is this: Did and if y'all don't know this name, know him now. We said it before when we did Baby's Kids. So Bruce Smith has something to do with this?
Maybe
that's something I guess. That's something to look at. If this is the same studio.
And Life with Louie. This is the same studio that did Life with Louie.
Mm-hmm. See, now I can see it with Life with Louie.
So hold on. So real quick,
I can see that.
Real quick, D, because I wasn't finished with this. It was toned down to a G rating. Initially, the film was set to be directed by animator Stephen Moore, who worked alongside Rebecca Rees on further developing the script written by Harold Ramis, attributed to Dangerfield. He would soon be initially fired by Dangerfield, who wanted him to produce the script as is with no further revisions. Ultimately, Moore remained on board the project as sequence director. Ramis left the project not soon long after Moore's demotion. Cartoonist Jeff Smith, best known as the creator of the self-publicized comic book series Bone, described working on keyframes for the film's animation to editor Gary Groff in the Comics Journal in 1994. Although he admitted he had fun working on the film, he described the film itself as terrible.
Wow.
And by the way, the film was preceded in theaters by a reissue of the 1958 Merry Melody short Robin Hood Daffy.
So yeah, folks, Rover Dangerfield, that's happening, and I am.
And this is a Bruce Smith one too. He was a storyboard artist, the character designer, the character animator, and the sequence director.
Thank God.
So Bruce Smith was behind this movie too. That's cool as hell.
Thank God this movie's an hour 15 minutes, because I swear to you, if it was any longer, whew.
And Eris was asking me like, D, I remember seeing this in Germany, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, Waterman, you would have never known that this movie even came out. I knew kids that were like me that didn't see this movie until the late 90s.
It came out on
That's
Blu-ray.
How that was.
It came out on Blu-ray last year.
After they got a Blu-ray release, that for nostalgia's sake, I would pick it up if it's $5.
Hey, Warner Archive, baby.
That thing has to be $5. I will not spend a penny more.
And we're dealing with a mother, and y'all.
$12.41 on
$12.
And y'all, we gonna, and like I said, when we get into this movie, we're gonna get into, because there's backstory on this. But I'll let you know this one. This is rated 17% on Rotten Tomatoes. If there's anything you know about Three Black Geeks, we like wading in mud like that.
Look, it says a lot. It says a lot that Cats Don't Dance is the better movie.
That tells you something. Cats Don't Dance
had a proper budget, sir.
Cat Don't Dance was only liked by old white women. That tells you something. Only old white women and the grandkids that were forced to watch it like that movie.
Also, the person that got top billing was Don Knotts, so that should tell you something.
That should tell you something. But anyway, that's 3 Geeks. We'll see y'all niggas next week. Peace out.